Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It is June 18th, 2026. Got a message for you here. So, there's some masculines asking the curator, who has gone full-blown South Node, about a demonstration. So they're asking about a woman who has taken back the position and authority that he had stolen. She passed all the tests and satisfied all of the requirements. There's a group of older masculines talking with some youngers, and they're talking about offering a service or something. The olders were offering something to the youngers, who told them that they were a charlatan and that charlatans weren't welcome in the territory. So you got Nasty Jack over there talking to the youngers, trying to get them to offer an opportunity to youngers in the territory who are receiving. I'm guessing this is the message I'm getting, is that there's a new magistrate in town and providing services to the people. So the youngers are calling these masculines charlatans because they don't ever come clean with reality, their true intentions, and they never honor their offer. So they're charlatans and they don't have anything to offer. They're just word magicians and manipulators. So the curator is talking about regulation and relationship. So there seems to be new rules or laws regarding relationship in the territory of these high value souls, celestial beings. Somebody said to another, "You're the one that gets hungry." The curator's talking to the Islamics. He's assuring them that she needs medicine and that he has rights to harvest her. They can get rid of this bitch, they say. All they gotta do is get rid of her and take her stuff. He recently contracted with the Muslims as well. He wants these religious masculines to destroy this woman who they cannot beat with their magic. They don't like her attitude. Imagine that, these torturers of humanity, in so many various ways, don't like the attitude of the mother. The magistrate, the planetary stabilizer, she could very well be the universal gatekeeper, the daughter of the lion, wife of Jaguar. These nasty jacks they usurped her position, and they've been in this upper dimensional space, pimping celestial beings, sacrificing them. One of them was speaking just the other day, saying that they concentrated on her and then they sacrificed her. She's coming home. She knows these people, and her celestial father, the God, can hear these people. So they were told to be careful of what they say. They're in the territory. They have sacrificed this woman. Many of these men in this territory have sacrificed her many times. They're murderers in the celestial kingdom, taking out angelic souls and the animals that they don't feel qualified. There's a masculine asking the curator if she's defenseless. So they were asking about her protection, and he's saying that he needs to get her in the hospital so that they can do a proper soul identity transfer. So all they got to do is hurt her bad enough so that she's got to go to the hospital. Then they can inject her with whatever and do whatever. It sounds like he's sending out many hits on a woman. of various religious backgrounds. Somebody's talking about new generational curses. Those entities that had cursed you, that had been hurting you, are now cursed. One of these masculines said she doesn't want to give up her house. So there's a woman being evicted out of the territory from a house, and she's refusing to leave. So she's a professional squatter, identity thief. One masculine said, because they don't have it. I don't know. Maybe they don't have tax money. Maybe they don't have back taxes. Maybe they don't have the house payments. Maybe they've been living in this house and they haven't been making payments or paying their taxes. And they got to go now. Who knows? One masculine is saying everything we built was built on her energy. Meaning this woman that's coming back, that they don't want there. Why? Because everything that they have was built on her sacrificed energy and her suffering. Free-loading siphoners of harvested women. They prostituted a celibate woman's energy. Pure, beautiful, celestial essence. And they built themselves an empire. They sexually violated and tortured a single woman from afar or up near for her energy. An innocent, loving woman. They hid her from the world and used her sacred essence for their success. She was innocent of any crime, any wrongdoing, and they made a very grave mistake. They are frauds in the highest degree. Living in the celestial kingdom of a soprano entity that they have been covering themselves in the energy of, these low-level devils, these villains, these murderers, rapists, pimps of celestial beings. They've been sacrificing them and trapping them in a position such as you see me in right now. While they're walking around on my ceiling, living a life of luxury, darling. Guiding people into Satan's den. The energy for their success story came from pimping and PDF filing human, women, children, men. Their golden energy, their golden royal celestial energy. One of them is still insisting that her use of medicine is a permission that they get to just take her. Throw their death magic at her and their intent and just obtain her, recycle her personality and just claim whatever she is. Number 3331, prepare for a major new beginning. A distinct phase has completed. Embrace true purpose. Number 9997, completion of a cycle. You've outgrown the old life and are entering a profound life transition. These guys are talking about a woman being gifted, and it's just very sad that these men have been competing with women who are very gifted out of jealousy. They want to be seen as the gifted one. Number 7778. And I'm not saying there's not men out there who are. There are plenty of them. But these particular ones that harvest and identity thief and all of that, they don't. So number 7778, embrace the changes occurring in your life. In Hebrew, the number 7778 in Bible, Hub's Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, it corresponds to the word shoer or shower, S-H-O-E-R, meaning gatekeeper or doorkeeper. This woman is the new gatekeeper for this territory that is full of pimping, PDF filing, red rumming, thieves, identity thieves. They've been living long lives, siphoning the sexual suffering energy out of humanity. So, the word shower, meaning gatekeeper or doorkeeper, it refers to a porter who watches over the gates of a temple or palace. The secret garden is in the mother. She's coming back because she was raised from the dead, sanctified, purified, proven innocent of the crime that they banished her for and tortured her for, and then prostituted everybody. You know, she was trying to stop it long ago, and instead they framed her for a crime and evicted her, and then they had their way with everybody. But she's back, and they're upset. She's the gatekeeper of the temple. Someone is telling another man that it's entirely up to them. And a short while later, someone was asking about the recommendations. They're calling this woman that is helping everyone right now, the Megastri, an appetizer. She's got a powerful energy, and they have a starved soul. They are worshiping a dead entity, and they need powerful energy to feed it so that this dead entity can rise into a position of power. I don't know who this dead entity is, but they're probably out there decomposing right now because they got disconnected from the energy. They want to feed this new Megastri to this dead entity. The royal mother said to be prepared. Not only would they not obtain her, they won't survive trying. I love telling them that. It's one of my most favorite things. The nasties are talking about some kind of neurological disorder. And they are also talking about monotheism, which means only one all-powerful God. They want to, ignore the sons and daughters, the wives, the cousins, the aunties, the uncles, the granddaddies, all that good stuff. So these men want to come take or kidnap this celestial woman. They want to capture her as a prisoner, and they want to force her to drain her life force out to whatever this starved soul is, this entity that's been cut completely off from the light that they serve. They serve death itself, whatever that is. It's not Anubis. They've been grave robbing, and Anubis is probably, from what I understand, upset about that. So they want to kidnap a celestial woman. They want to get her in the hospital at the very least. One of them said, it's going to take an army. Yeah, because she's a titan. And she's going to take their effing heads off. These low-level pieces of shit coming after a divine celestial woman who is here in service to humanity. They're coming after her to eliminate her in her purpose, in her life, in her opportunity to exist. So she knows this, as does her celestial divine father, her celestial divine husband. There's tribes and there's free people now because the curses over their lineage and species of humanity have been canceled. And lots of the animals too that these ones had set up for extinction are also free and coming after them. So it's going to take an army, because this woman has freed all of those innocent people and beings that these mutants, these identity thieves, these universal pirates, these celestial kingdom parasites, they're squatters in the highest degree. No kidding. And this is why police, you have to spend thousands of dollars to get squatters out of your house. Why? Because we've got squatters in the house of God, in this secret garden, in the house of the mother. And now all of these little rat bastards are going to get out, because the mother knows they're coming after her to hurt her, torture her, and do whatever the hell they want once more. And there's a new determination. See, they had the Queen of Heaven trapped for centuries, but she's been emancipated and freed, and now there's no reason in the world why they should not be completely annihilated. The mothers and the daughters have been rescued, as many as could be, the sons as well. There's no reason. This is the end of their relationship with batteries, and the sun will not show for them again. This is seriously it. They can threaten and say and do whatever they're going to do, but in the end, that's the truth. They need an army to come after this woman. These low-level men want the authority of this celestial daughter. They've been living in this celestial realm. These are fucking slavers and sex traffickers that have been sacrificing and replacing. It's like the marriage. It says, till death do us part. So that's why they copycat people. They get married to a true angel, and then like on the first year anniversary, I've heard them say that's when they do the sacrifice and replace with the copycat lookalike. And then they draw off of the soul, while they take the spiritual identity and masquerade as them in these upper celestial kingdoms, while still pulling off of the bank account. Till death do us part. That's why they do it. And then they live forever, because they're pulling off of the energy of an actual eternal being. A master alchemist. A daughter divine. So they're going to go for it. They really need this energy. These are parasites. They don't have any light inside of them. These are walking animated corpses without an energy source. They are desperate. They will begin rotting unless they can gain energy. But God said this is the end of their relationship with batteries. This is it. They're going to die, is what they're going to do. They are depleted. They spent all of the energy of their sacrifices. There's something ricocheting. Whatever their magic trick is or was, it's ricocheting. The curator is arguing with some masculines. They say something was unresolved. All this time, all of this harvested, stolen life force, and they could not resolve their issue. So after all of the harvesting they did, after all of the suffering and snuffing out of the celestial lights of valuable beings, they did not use the energy to heal the planet or to help anybody. The royal mother calls them gluttonous cowards because they were stealing the life force energy of celestial children, men and women, to extend their own worthless lives. They're actually dead. They let the whole planet die, these dead men, rather than accept the end of their own existence. They felt that they were more important than the life of the planet itself. The curator insists that she needs medicine, so he gets to harvest her, but he never does anything good with the angelic energy. And this magistrate is the planetary mother, so she owns the medicine. Now he's talking about some kind of a side effect of the medicine. Some graphene, nano dust, smart dust, side effects. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm getting more. They're not very good about giving me information. It's like squeezing it out of them. It takes time. It takes time for them to finally confess. So he's a dead boy, who does not deserve to consume the soul, the inner son of this living woman, powerful, celestial, divine daughter. He has no value, and he's been consuming the value of women. The words, "on your knees," pass through mine. Somebody's objecting, saying, "She's a satanic woman." They want to replace the magistrate with one of their own copycats. There's this woman, this magistrate is not a satanic woman. She's a celestial soprano being, a titan, daughter divine of a very high dimensional space. She's got the light of the sun in her, and she's here to bring life to them. Instead of graciously accepting the gifts and the services that she was here to provide, they try to destroy her. They're calling her satanic because they are. And being around this powerful energy probably hurts them because they're so low vibrational. They're not beings of the sun. They don't have a high vibrating frequency. They say this woman is satanic, but it is they who are cursing, hexing, trying to murder somebody who never did anything wrong to them, who doesn't even know them. So apparently they got busted for trying to murder or set up a hit for this magistrate, and they got taken out. The curator is still out there all night long. He was traveling around and around and around interdimensionally through the realms to say to men, she needs her medicine, and how they have the right to harvest her life and soul and assume her identity and authority. So he's going out there into all these different spaces and places, and he's trying to round up an army that they need in order to go try to destroy this woman and remove her from her post as representative, universal representative, as elected by the universe, by the supreme authority of upper dimensional celestial council and beings. And you got this low-level devil parasite here, this pirate, going around trying to commit murder, kidnap, and torture some more. So, and they're accusing her of being satanic. Well, she's not like them. And you know how they project out their own personality and characteristic into the world because they like to flip things. So that's that. So that's the first portion of this message, and I'll be right back.